New updates coming to you in our Sunrise Smart Start, everyone, about this police chase that led to a crash on 590 near Empire Boulevard Monday night.
Deputies tell us 25-year-old Cheyenne Gagno stole an SUV that was left running in a parking lot in Wayne County. They tried to stop her there, but she took off. The chase ended up passing through multiple towns, through Wayne and the neighboring Monroe County, ended up on 104, crossing the bay. Eventually, deputies, with the help of state troopers, stopped the suspect near Tryon Park on the expressway. Gagno is charged with grand larceny and unlawful fleeing, among other offenses. Her brother, Jacob Gagno, was in the car with her. He too was arrested that night, charged with criminal possession of stolen property.
And happening today, a former Brighton High School physics teacher will be sentenced. That man, 45-year-old Louis Caruso, had more than 2,000 images and videos of child porn, including recordings that he had taken of his students in his Brighton classroom, as well as kids in the water park.
The investigation was launched in the fall of 2022 when Caruso shared a video with an undercover law enforcement officer. His sentencing in federal court is scheduled for 11 o'clock. We'll bring updates on that coming up at noon. Serial flasher and level 3 sex offender Paul Gadrell is due back in court today in Ontario County for a hearing. He recently pleaded guilty to numerous charges after a flashing spree in December involving multiple kids. On the plea, he's facing 7 years behind bars. That sentencing is scheduled for April 10th, but there's a hearing before that coming up at 10 o'clock today.
Also in court, Craig Ross Jr. expected to be back in a Saratoga County courtroom where Ross is accused of kidnapping a young girl as she was out riding her bike not far from her family in Moreau Lake State Park. You'll remember those national headlines that hit us back in September. He faces 9 charges as well as 25 years to life if convicted. Members of the Monroe County Legislature are supporting a new proposal trying to make emergency medical services essential.
If they do that, they argue it will help incentivize and then retain EMS staff. Aran Spitzer has the story new this morning as the lawmakers want to move ahead on this. Aran.
So in addition to making EMS an essential service, the proposed legislation, Rescue EMS, calls for raising and restructuring reimbursement rates. With the current system, some health insurance policies reimburse the patients. Local legislators say a direct payment to the ambulance service would help them stay afloat financially. Spoke with Monroe County legislator Sean McCabe and Paul Dondorfer about why the local EMS system needs to change. They say not enough people are volunteering. As a way to incentivize volunteers, they propose increasing the volunteer tax credit from $200 to $800 for individuals and from $400 to $1,600 for married joint filers. They also say this legislation is important to resolve long wait times. Currently, ambulances cover calls from across the county, which they argue is significantly increasing wait times. This means that critical and sometimes life-saving care can be delayed.
If you send a Penfield ambulance into Brockport, the response time is 40+ minutes, and that's going lights and sirens. So that care is being delayed, and you're taking that ambulance out of the district that it is supposed to be covering because the other districts are tied up or don't have the manpower to staff their ambulances anymore.
McCabe supports a future where EMS operates under the fire department. Dondorfer isn't necessarily opposed if the plan is executed properly, but does support some version of a county EMS system. Brennan, Michaela.
All right, thank you, Aran. Community members gathered in support of U of R students who say they are being censored by their university. They rallied yesterday following a change in rules on protests and other such large gatherings. The organizers of this demonstration that we spoke with say that students holding pro-Palestine protests have tried following these new rules as written, but they were still denied.
The community is upset. Again, you know, these students are here and they deserve the right to have vigils, have protests, feel pain, and any kind of showing of that is being effectively prohibited. These, you know, we have students here who are Palestinians, who have family in Gaza.
The new U of R policy on large gatherings is available to read on our website, rochesterfirst.com. We did contact the university for a statement, but have not yet been given a formal response.
Millions of dollars in state funding proposed for a number of SUNY schools, including Monroe Community College. The governor was here highlighting that priority during a stop on campus yesterday. She says the funding she's putting forward in her budget plan for MCC can help put New York on the forefront of major tech investment.
And I said with respect to AI, whoever dominates this next era of artificial intelligence will own the future. And that's as soon as I thought of that, I said, and that future must be in the Empire State.
For students and new graduates, a project is in the works called On-Ramp, which creates advanced manufacturing training opportunities in what is being called a designated tech hub. That's a trio of cities up and down the Thruway, promoted as innovation for tech-based companies, among them Syracuse, Buffalo, and Rock.
A group of faith leaders is demanding that the Carlson YMCA in downtown Rochester be reopened. Members of the United Christian Leadership Ministry say that it is devastating for the Metro Center that the Y has been closed for nearly 3 years. They say that it leaves people in these urban neighborhoods without easy access to wellness classes, proper fitness centers. They even have childcare options, or they used to. Well, now the advocates are calling on the Greater Rochester YMCA to take action.
There are other facilities and recreational locations that will address the needs of adolescents. Very few places deal with the entire family, and that is something that the YMCA has prided herself in doing up until COVID-19, in which they decided to close the YMCA.
There are 4 other YMCA branches in the area offering access to such programs, though the advocates say that does not help people in the heart of Rochester, many of whom may not be able to travel as much. Y officials say they will not be fully reopening this location, but they'll reassess the possibility of a new full-service facility in the city by 2027.
At the Seneca Park Zoo, one of the new baby giraffes has died. Parker Jr. was born just back December 6th. The zoo team says they saw symptoms indicating tendinitis or a nerve issue, and over the last couple of weeks they say his condition got worse. PJ died on the 17th of this month from a seizure. He likely had an infection of tissue around the brain. The other calf, Pippi, was born just days after Parker. They tell us that she's doing well and growing fast, describing her as being very active and playful. They hope to introduce that new baby giraffe to the public in the next couple of weeks. Sunrise traffic here 5 minutes ago until 7 o'clock, swinging around the region. In Greece, there's an accident, reports of possible injuries at Denise Road, Skycrest Drive. Another one here in the city, Elm Grove, between Ridgemont Drive and West Ridge Road as well. And then we've had the other one on the west side at Mount Reed and Lexington. Expressway is looking good, and James, moments away from official sunrise.
Yeah, and it's clear skies. Nice to see that. Gorgeous morning for you. And it should be a great day. Temperature starting off around 30, a few spots in the 20s. Just jump right up, though. Medina, usually a cold spot, 24 there, or 14 rather. Batavia at 29. Everybody gets to around 50 plus or minus today. Nothing coming down from the sky except for a little bit of rain as we get into tomorrow. That's when we expect the showers to move through. We'll be tracking a couple of rain showers here and there. A little bit of a dip in temperatures in the 40s there for afternoon highs. Friday, bit of a transition day. Some rain, snow showers there. Flakes around Saturday, but I think really most of Saturday is dry, and then just like that, you snap your fingers and you warm right back up. I mean, we're gonna be thinking 50s is cold when we make a run at 60 this time next week.
Oh my gosh, with rain accompanying, but oh my goodness, what a February we're having.
I know, that 15 coming up the low this weekend. It's like one number off on the keyboard there, and no, that's real.
So bizarre.
All right, thank you, James, and thank you for watching us here at Sunrise. We'll see you back here in half an hour.
And stay tuned for CBS Mornings. That is coming up next.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.